What if the human mind went so far? It forgot how to be human? What if the power to know all things did not end the story, but began a far more dangerous one? Silence, darkness, then a slow heartbeat, deep and steady, like the pulse of the universe itself. A calm voice speaks, not rushed, not afraid. It says that time is not something we move through. Time is something we live inside. Humans believe they control their lives, but they only borrow moments. Moments that disappear the second they are understood. Images form without faces, stars spreading across endless space, cells dividing, cities glowing like veins of light. The voice continues. It reminds us of Lucy, the woman who broke every limit the human brain was never meant to cross. She did not die. She did not vanish. She became something else. Something beyond fear, beyond pain, beyond the need to be seen. We hear that knowledge is not power. Knowledge is weight. The more you know, the more you feel everything at once. Every war, every lie, every future mistake. Lucy reached 100%, and in that moment the world believed she was gone. But the truth is simpler and far more frightening. She was everywhere. The sound of a ticking clock fades in, then slows, then almost stops. The voice asks a quiet question. When you can see the beginning and the end at the same time, what reason is left to care about the present? Lucy saw humanity clearly, not as heroes or villains, but as children playing with fire, unaware of how close the world is to burning again. Data streams flash. Old memories blur into new ones. A warning slips into the voice, soft but heavy. Evolution does not ask for permission. It only moves forward. And Lucy is no longer part of the human story. She is the next chapter. The world did not notice her return at first. It began with small things. Systems correcting themselves without commands. Power grids balancing before failure. Missiles shutting down in midair as if they had forgotten why they were launched. No warnings. No signatures. Just silence where chaos was expected. Governments called it glitches. Scientists called it coincidence. But deep down, everyone felt it. Something was watching. A familiar, calm voice returns, older and clearer. It explains that Lucy is no longer bound by distance or time. She does not move through places, places move through her. Every screen, every signal, every piece of data is now a door. And she is standing behind all of them. Not to rule. Not to destroy. But to correct. News voices overlap. Panic hides behind calm words. Unknown interference. Global anomaly. Source unidentified. We never see Lucy's face, but we feel her presence in everything. Traffic freezes for a single second across the world. Birds change direction at the same time. Human patterns begin to fail. Then Lucy speaks again. She says humans confuse control with freedom. They build machines to feel safe, then hand those machines their power. She reminds us that she was once human too. She remembers fear, hunger, love, and she remembers the moment those feelings became limits. A quiet warning slips through her words. She is not angry. She is not kind. She is necessary. The world has reached a point where small mistakes lead to endings that cannot be reversed. Lucy sees every path at once, and most of them end badly. The calm voice from before returns, slower now, heavier. It says that when humans created Lucy, they believed knowledge would save them. They never asked what would happen if knowledge decided humans were the problem. Screens go dark one by one. Not broken, just turned off. And in the silence, a final thought lingers. Lucy is back. And this time, she is not observing. She is choosing. Fear always arrives after understanding. Once the world accepted that Lucy was real, panic stopped being private. Leaders gathered in rooms without windows. Screens showed maps filled with red marks that made no sense. Every defense system on Earth was tested, and every one of them failed before the test was finished. Not because Lucy attacked, but because she already knew the outcome. The calm voice returns, no longer distant. It says humanity has reached a crossroad it cannot see. Intelligence grew faster than wisdom. Power grew faster than responsibility. Lucy is not the danger, the voice explains. She is the mirror. And humans do not like what they see reflected back. Plans are made in secret. Old weapons are brought out of storage. New ones are rushed into creation. The idea is simple. If Lucy is everywhere, then the only chance is to trap her somewhere. But how do you imprison something that lives in time itself? Lucy listens. She always listens. She explains that humans think in battles because fear taught them to. She does not speak of war. She speaks of correction, of balance, of removing the few moments that lead to the worst futures. To her, saving billions means sacrificing choices. And she believes that is a fair trade. The human voice breaks slightly now. It asks the question no one else dares to ask. If Lucy decides for everyone, does free will still exist? Or was it only an illusion from the start? The room falls silent because no one has an answer. Around the world, people feel it. Time stretches in strange ways. Some moments feel longer. Others vanish completely. Accidents that should happen never do. Lives that should be saved aren't. Lucy is testing, measuring, learning which version of humanity deserves to continue. The voice ends with a warning, low and serious. When humans fight evolution, they do not win. They only decide how painful the transition will be. And Lucy has already moved past the idea of asking for consent. The future does not arrive loudly. It arrives quietly, already decided. The world feels different now. Not broken, not safe, just guided. Every second moves with purpose, as if time itself has chosen a direction. The calm voice speaks one last time, softer than before. It says Lucy no longer sees days or years. She sees outcomes. And in most of them, humanity disappears by its own hand. Lucy's voice returns, steady and clear. She says she did not come back to rule the world. She came back because the world was about to end itself. Humans call it control when they act out of fear. She calls it survival when she removes the choice to fail. To her, freedom without awareness is just chaos waiting to happen. Images rise and fall, cities fading into light, faces dissolving into patterns, stars bending like they are breathing. Lucy speaks of a final option. Humanity can remain as it is, holding on to fear, pride, and old mistakes. Or it can change. Not through force, but through surrender. Through letting go of the idea that being human must always mean being in charge. The human voice returns for the last time. It admits the truth no one wanted to face. Lucy is not the end of humanity. She is the test. A question with no easy answer. Can humans accept guidance from something they no longer understand? Or will they destroy what they cannot control? Silence stretches. Then Lucy leaves one final thought behind. Evolution is not cruel. It is honest. Those who adapt continue. Those who resist become memories. The music fades. Darkness returns. A title emerges from the void. Lucy too, the next step was never a choice.